Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, July 23rd, and let me just do a kind of a quick pan around so you can see where we spent the night last night. Tent, beautiful view out over the valley there, and we're actually on kind of a steep hillside to our rear, but there is a creek about 40 yards over that way, so we had a nice clean water supply, or relatively clean, near at hand. So today is probably going to be about a half day. We only have a little over 6 miles to go to get to the Blue Lake campground, where we're hoping to meet up with our friends Don and Tony, and then I'm not sure how much time we're going to spend with them. We're just going to play that by ear. Probably not going to do a ton of videoing today because my phone is only at 20% right now, and both of our bricks, or our charged power packs, are dead. We've been doing a lot of I've been doing a lot of video editing, and we've been watching a lot of videos in our tent at night and drained everything. Poor planning. I do have a solar panel. In fact, the solar panel is right over here. I've been trying to charge some stuff up this morning, and I'm actually going to tie it on the back of my pack before we leave to see if I can at least keep my phone charged up while I'm hiking. So better save some battery power right now by getting the hell off the phone and get our camp packed up so we can start hiking. Now, as you guys know, over the past several weeks I've started doing short segments where I kind of discuss my views on certain aspects pertaining to thru hiking. And today I'd like to talk about 0 days. So for some of you who may not be familiar with the term, a 0 day is simply a day that you don't hike. It's a day off, so to speak. A while back I got a message or a comment in one of my videos from somebody who said, you know, you guys would probably be a lot farther down the trail and wouldn't have to be skipping miles if only you took fewer 0 days. So, you know, I pondered that for a little while, and I decided to go back over the past 4 weeks and count just how many 0 days we had taken. The number I came up with was 8. And then to me, initially, I thought, well, 8 0 days in 4 weeks, that is quite a few. Maybe this guy's right. But then I thought back to when I was working. You know, I had a regular desk job before I retired. Worked Monday through Friday, weekends off. So guess what? In a 4-week period, I had exactly 8 days off. And I remember thinking back then, you know, when I was working, when Friday came around, I was ready for a couple of days off. I was mentally and physically tired and needed that break. So the question is, do you still need to take that many days off if you're a thru hiker? Well, apparently some people say no, but let's compare the average day or average week for me as a working guy versus the average week for me now as a thru hiker. Let's look at number 1, sleep. So when I was home, I had a nice comfortable bed in a temperature controlled environment, and because I suffer from sleep apnea, I was also able to sleep at night with a CPAP machine and make sure I got a good night's sleep. Out here, sleeping on the ground inside of a tent that's far from temperature controlled. Oftentimes the temperature in the tent will drop below the freezing. And of course, I don't have access to a CPAP machine, so I'm not getting the same level or same quality of sleep. Number two, let's just talk about physical exertion. So, when I was a working stiff, I sat at a desk for 8 hours a day. Now, I did go during my lunch hour and play racquetball for an hour, and that was good. And most days, I also went to the gym and worked out with weights after work for somewhere between an hour to an hour and a half. So we'll call that 2 hours a day of physical exercise. Now, as a thru hiker, I'm carrying a backpack that weighs between 30 and 40 pounds up and down steep hills for up to 8 to 10 hours a day. So my level of physical exertion now as a thru hiker is significantly higher, perhaps 5 times the amount of physical effort I was exerting when I was a desk jockey. And then number 3, and probably most importantly, has to do with nutrition. I think we can all agree that nutrition is key to good health, along with rest and quality sleep. So back home, I was a pretty healthy eater. Tried to make sure I got plenty of fruits and vegetables, a lot of nuts, drank a lot of water. My protein came from lean meats like fish, chicken, and usually venison, wild game. So pretty healthy diet. Out here on the trail, my typical breakfast is either a few packs of instant oatmeal or, basically fudge brownie mix with a tablespoon of instant coffee added to it. Tons of calories for energy, but almost no nutrition. Lunch, a tortilla with either peanut butter and jelly or cheese and summer sausage sliced on it. Definitely not the healthiest lunch option, especially when you eat it every single day. And then dinner time is almost worse. Dinner is usually some type of a pasta or rice dish with maybe a tuna packet or a chicken packet added to it, but no fresh fruit, no fresh vegetables. Again, mostly just calories, but pretty poor on the nutrition end. Now some of you might ask, well, why don't you bring more fresh fruits and vegetables with you? Well, anybody who's thru hiked or even backpacked realizes that fruits and vegetables are extremely heavy. They're very fragile. They get bruised and broken easily, and they tend to have a pretty short shelf life. So you can't really carry them around in your pack for 4, 5, 6 days and expect them to be edible at the end of that time. And that's the reason that people rely, backpackers rely on foods that are dehydrated, lightweight, easy to carry, and have long shelf lives. So when we consider all those 3 factors, sleep, physical exertion, and nutrition, it could almost be argued that a thru hiker needs a minimum of 2 days off out of every 5 just to recover, just to make sure their body isn't getting too run down or that they're becoming too susceptible to injuries. And in reality, that's exactly what I've seen out here on the trail. I have seen a lot of hikers getting off trail due to injuries or physical or mental fatigue. And in a lot of cases, they were hikers that were hiking really hard, trying to do big miles, not taking days off to rest and recover. I saw hikers come into towns like Bishop, even Kennedy Meadows. They would literally come in the afternoon, get their resupply. Next morning, they were back on the trail, not even taking a single day off to kind of let their body and mind reset and recover. And a lot of those hikers, they're now back home sitting on the couch watching me still out here hiking. Yeah, Goldilocks and I are not making big miles. and there's a good chance we may not even make it to Canada. But we're still out here hiking. And given the choice between having a through hike that falls short of meeting its ultimate goal of reaching Canada, or a through hike that has to be canceled early because of mental or physical fatigue, I like the way we're doing it. So that's just my thoughts on the matter. Anybody has different thoughts, obviously feel free to share your comments, but that's what I've learned out here in the past 4 months. Man, pretty hot day today. Yeah, we've even been walking in the shade and it's still hotter than heck. This creek is a blessing. Oh man, that's good. I'd like to add a really short, quick footnote to that last topic I discussed. That's not the first time I've talked about avoiding injuries on a trail and things that can cause injuries on a trail. And I want to acknowledge, first off, even the most careful person can get an injury on a trail. So it doesn't mean if you got injured, you're being somehow irresponsible or foolish. And I particularly want to give a shout out to my friend Kronk. You guys probably all know that Kronk had to get off the trail because of an injury. He had a stress fracture in his foot. But as far as I'm concerned, Kronk was doing everything right. They weren't trying to haul or hike big miles. They were taking adequate days off. But in his case, he was doing something exceptional. I think Kronk, although he was a very fit guy, he probably weighed 175 pounds. And he was carrying up to an 80-pound pack because he was carrying a 30-pound baby, among other things. So, I mean, this guy was a stud, or is a stud, I should say. I mean, a lot of respect for him. I feel terrible that he got the injury. But, he was trying to do something exceptional. And Kronk, I know you're watching this right now. Please don't take any of the stuff I said earlier personal. I don't think it applies to you. I know that you're almost healed up and really hope that we're going to get to hike with you again here within the next few weeks. So anyway, I kind of want to leave it at that. I don't want to sound like I'm being super judgmental over people who get injured on the trail for one reason or another. So thanks. There's a wolf on the trail.
Where'd you guys come from? Oh, you're so pretty.
What's your name, dog?
That's Tessa.
She's beautiful. She recognized her name.
Babers, he's a little Mustang.
Now, here's some more people I got to figure it out. So after PCT, I'm gonna get rid of this backpack and get myself a horse because I'm getting too old to be carrying all this weight. I want some weight. I want something to carry me for a change.
Yeah.
So
we used to pass.
We're on a nice flat smooth section of the trail right now, so I'm kind of having a little bit of a competition to see if I can keep up with these horses in front of us. I'm managing to do it, but holy cow, sucking wind too. Hooray! Your first log crossing. Oh well, only one wet foot.
Yeah.
Well, we are hiking our very last mile here before we get to the trailhead, and we're actually hiking now with a surprise guest hiker. Let me turn around. Right behind Goldilocks there. Tony. Hey, hi, Tony. This is the trail angel that we were coming out to meet, and she decided rather than wait for us down at the trailhead, she just threw on her own day pack and hiked a couple of miles up the trail to meet us. So it was quite a pleasant surprise to come around the corner, and there she was standing right there waiting for us. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't nice on us. I don't know if you can tell right now, but it's raining pretty good. We're all getting soaked. But as I said, luckily we're down to our last mile. And then we're going to head indoors and get dried off. And she promised that she's got a Diet Coke for me, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh, Diet Pepsi. Oh, God. What were you thinking? So, okay. All right. Well, my camera's getting soaked here. I better put it away. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring everybody up to date because this is a little bit confusing based upon what you saw just in the previous video segment. We hiked back to where Tony's car was, and she gave us a ride there to the campground where she and Don very generously allowed us to go into their what do you call that? Not a mobile
RV.
RV, thank you. I don't know why I can't think. Use their RV to go in and take a shower, put on our cleanest dirty clothes, and they have now driven us. Here, Don, get in the picture so they can see that I'm not talking to myself here. Here we go. There's Don. Say hi to the world. Okay. And they've now offered to drive us out here to a little cafe, which is located in the middle of nowhere. But based upon the number of cars parked here, this place is must be one of those hidden gems. So we're going to go in here, get an actual hot meal, and visit some more with friends.
Bed, so it was flat. I figured it's gonna be flat. It's gonna be easy. This is perfect for my first
We've had dinner,
backpacking trip.
we've had dessert, and now we're sitting around enjoying the campfire. So this is the only way to hike the PCT. I could get used to doing it this way. Well, it's almost dark though, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call this a night. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.